Good morning, friends. Now, under the series of industrial safety lectures, today we are going to discuss about chemical and process safety management topic. So, under the chemical and process safety management topic, one of the concept is chemical compatibility. So, before going to clear about what exactly the definition of this compatibility, what is meant by compatible, incompatible, and what is the effect of these parameter on the storage or handling of such chemicals. So let us discuss about the daily life example. Most of the people are knowing about the Harpic product, which is one of the product is toilet cleaner and second product is bathroom cleaner. Now in the label itself, it is clearly mentioned that this red color Harpic is a bathroom cleaner and blue color Harpic is a toilet cleaner. Now the persons sometimes unknowingly are going to mix this blue color and red color Harpic. So normally some people thinking that this is also cleaner, this is also cleaner. Yes, definitely both are cleaner, but the mechanism, the chemical ingredients of both these Harpics are different. So if you observe the backside or the label of this Harpic, then you can understand what exactly I want to say. So this is the red color Harpic label. So here, if you observe the ingredients, that is sodium hypochlorite 0.5%. So that is one of the major contaminant which is going to use as a cleaning agent. And the other chemicals like sodium lauryl ethyl sulfate or laurylamine oxide, sodium hydroxide, perfume and deionized water are the different ingredients of this red Harpic. But the main ingredient is sodium hypochlorite 0.5%. And the application of this product is clearly shown on this label. That is for the floors, tiles, sinks, that is basins, but not recommended for toilet bowls. It is clearly mentioned through this picture also. Then it is also clearly mentioned as a warning: do not mix with these acids or other household products, may release dangerous gases like chlorine. So these products should not mix with the acid or some other household products. So through the warning also it is clearly mentioned, and then here the symbol is also used. So this symbol clearly indicate that do not mix with acid. So through the picture, through the warning and through the symbols, they have clearly mentioned that these products should not mix with the other products, especially with the acids. Right? And what are the contents of the blue color Harpic? That is a toilet cleaner. So in the blue color Harpic label, it is clearly mentioned that it is a disinfectant toilet cleaner, and the ingredient of this blue color Harpic is hydrochloric acid 10.5%. The other components are also included, but the main ingredient is hydrochloric acid, that is HCl 10.5%. Again, here in the picture or in the symbol, it is clearly mentioned that do not mix with the bleach, that is bleaching agent or the alkaline agent. So in this picture, here it is mentioned that do not mix with acid, and here it is mentioned that do not mix with bleach. So from this ingredient, from this diagram, from this picture, from this warning, from this symbol, it is clearly mentioned that this is a bleaching agent and this is a acid agent. The purpose of both the Harpic are cleaning, but when we are using acid as agent, it is for the toilet cleaning, and when we are using the bleach, it is for the bathroom cleaning. Then what will happen if these products are mixed? So this is the simple reaction which I have mentioned here, that is sodium hypochlorite, which is an ingredient of this red harpic, which is a bathroom cleaner, is nothing but NOCl. So this is the formula for sodium hypochlorite, and the ingredient of this blue harpic, that is acidic agent for toilet cleaning, that is hydrochloric acid. So this is HCl. So when this sodium hypochlorite is mixed with hydrochloric acid, then it gives us the product like NaCl plus chlorine gas and water. So when these two products are mixed, it means these two reactants are reacted and then they are going for the reaction. So the reaction product is chlorine, which is a toxic, a poisonous gas, and which is a hazardous for the human being. So chlorine gas, which is a dangerous gas, which is formed after mixing this red harpic and blue harpic. So if you are inhaling this chlorine gas, which is dangerous, toxic and poisonous, then you may call the doctor, because after respiration of this chlorine gas more than 3 ppm, you may feel a suffocation, you may feel a asphyxiation, or you are not going to feel a comfortable. So the ventilation is one of the solution, that is a quick solution or immediate action. And if you have already inhaled more chlorine gas, then you may need a doctor's treatment, right? So from this example, which is a daily life example, and sometimes it happen unintentionally or unknowingly, these two harpics are mixed, and if it is happen, then chlorine gas is released. So this is not a desired reaction. So this is simple example which clearly gives us the idea that these two products, that is red harpic and blue harpic, are incompatible. It means these two harpic should not store or handle simultaneously, and clearly it is mentioned that these two products should not mixed with each other, as the chlorine gas can be released. So that is one of the daily life example which clearly shows you the importance of compatibility or incompatibility of the different chemicals. So let us discuss what exactly the chemical compatible is. So chemical compatibility is a measure of how stable a substance is when mixed with another substance. So that is clearly gives us the idea regarding the stability of the substances when they are mixed with each other or when they are contacted with each other. So if the single substance is there or pure substance is there, then that pure substance is always stable. But when one substance is mixed with or contacted with another one, then what exactly the property of that substance is? So if both substance after mixing is stable, then it is called as that they are compatible with each other. But if any reaction is occur, if any fire catches, or if any exothermic reaction is there, or if the temperature is raised, or the example like red and blue harpic, if the chlorine gas is released, or the gases which are toxic or poisonous or dangerous for the human being are released, then these substances are not compatible or incompatible with each other. So that is the basic definition or the meaning of these compatibilities. So it is clearly gives us the idea that incompatible material should not be stored or kept together. So this is the simple example that liquids and solids are compatible, if the solid is soluble in the liquid. So here, depending on the property of solubility, the compatibilities depends. So if this solid is soluble in the liquid, then this solid is compatible with the liquid. But if the liquid or the solid is not soluble in the other liquid or in the solvent, then it is an incompatible product. For example, water is compatible with alcohol as it is miscible one. So water is miscible with alcohol, but it is not compatible with the gasoline like petrol. So if water is immiscible with the petrol or gasoline, then it is incompatible materials. For example, the toluene reacts with violently with some acids, plastics, rubber, and therefore these substances should be kept away. So toluene is reacted with the acid, toluene is reacted with the plastic, toluene is reacted with the rubber. So toluene is incompatible with these acid, plastic, and rubber, etc. So the result of this uh, contact or the chemical reaction may be in terms of fire, that may be in terms of explosion, that may be in terms of toxic release, that may be in terms of violent reaction, that may be in terms of polymerization, or destroy the structure or function of the product. So these are the different possibilities if incompatible materials are contacted with each other, and that is why this compatibility characteristics is very much useful for the storage and handling of the different chemicals. So this is important when selecting the materials for chemical storage or the reaction purpose. So chemicals that are incompatible should not be stored together so that any leak will not cause an even more dangerous situation by reacting after leaking. So there may be a possibility of more dangerous situation if some chemicals are leaking from the container, from the storage vessels, or from the reactor. Sometimes it is happen that if some chemicals are leaked or contacted with other chemicals, then they may be starting the degradation process. So it means the quality of the original product may be reduced. So that degradation property may be started, and that depends upon the compatibility of the product again. Simple example is that if you want to stir some chemicals, and if the stirring material may be a glass, normally we are using the glass because the glass is normally compatible with all of the chemicals. But instead of glass, if you are using copper stirrer, if you are using a metal stirrer, then sometimes it happens that that metal may be reacted with that chemical which is going through the stirring process. So if it is done, then the side effects of these chemicals on that metal stirrer may be observed after some time. Then chemical compatibility is also important when choosing among different chemicals that have similar purposes. Sometimes some chemicals have similar purpose, similar applications, but the properties may be different. So in the previous example, in the daily life example, we have already observed that the red harpic and blue harpic are the cleaning agent, but one of the product is acid agent and second product is bleaching agent. So like that, there are different chemicals that should be observed, that should be studied first, and then only we have to apply on that particular process. So this is simple example of industry, that is bleach and ammonia. Both commonly used as cleaners can undergo a dangerous chemical reaction when combined with each other. So bleach and ammonia are highly reactive when contacted with each other, but if you observe the application or the purpose of these chemicals, so the purpose of these chemicals are one and the same. and that is why we must focus on the storage of chemicals. So we have to use the chemical compatibility characteristics or chemical compatibility criteria, and then only we have to decide about the storage of these chemicals. So storage of chemical, the single most important rule of chemical storage is to segregate incompatible chemicals. So we have to segregate, we have to isolate these incompatible chemicals to prevent the accidental mixing which cause a fire, explosion or the toxic gases. So the hazardous chemical reaction can occur from the improper storage when incompatible material mix because of accident breakage or container failure or fires and earthquakes, then mixing of gases or vapors from poorly closed containers, then mistakenly storing incompatible together because of improperly labeled containers. So these are some of the chances where from these two incompatible chemicals may be mixed with each other, and sometimes due to this incompatible chemical mixing, fire, explosion or toxic gases can be released. So before storage of this chemical, we have to think of these possibilities. Now, from the groups of chemicals, there are different classification of chemicals. So sometimes the classification of chemicals is on the basis of acts, sometimes it is on the basis of rules, sometimes it is basis on the standards, and sometimes it is basis on the international standards. Now, if you observe the different classes in the MSIC rule 1989, that is for the hazardous chemicals, then you can observe the classification of chemicals under UN, that is UN classification, 9 classes are there, and sometimes there are different classification of these chemicals. So depending on the characteristics of these chemicals, we have to classify these chemicals. But for this chemical compatibility, we have to discuss the groups of chemicals from storage point of view only. Now, there are 24 groups of chemicals for storage. So, the first is inorganic acids. The examples of these inorganic acids are hydrochloric acid, hydrofluoric acid, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen fluoride, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, etc. Then second group is organic acids like acetic acid, butyric acid, formic acid, propionic acid. Then caustic, that is sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide solution. Then amines and alkanol amines, that is aniline, diethanolamine, then diethylamine, then diethylamine, then pyridine, etc. Then fifth group is halogenated compounds like allyl chloride, carbon tetrachloride, chlorobenzene, chloroform, methylene chloride, etc. The sixth group is alcohols, glycols, glycol ether. The examples are 1,4-butadiene, butanediol, then butanol, diethylene glycol, ethylene alcohol, ethyl alcohol or ethyl butanol, ethylene glycol, methyl alcohol, propylene glycol. Then the seventh group of these chemicals are aldehyde. So acetaldehyde, then crotonaldehyde, formaldehyde, paraformaldehyde, acetone, acetophenone. Then the eighth group is ketones, and these are the examples. The ninth group is saturated hydrocarbons, and these are the examples. 10th group is aromatic hydrocarbons, and these are the examples like cumin, naphtha, etc. Then olefins, that is butylene, ethylene, etc. And then petroleum oils like gasoline, then mineral oil, etc. Then the other groups like esters, monomers, phenols, alkaline oxides, then cyanohydrines, nitriles, ammonia, then halogens, ethers, phosphorus, sulfur, acid anhydrides. So these are the 24 groups of chemicals which is normally discussed by the developed countries for the storage point of view. And that is why on the basis of these 24 types of groups, we can create a chemical compatibility chart. Now in the previous slides we have discussed about the compatibility and incompatibility. Now this chart clearly showing you and giving you the idea which group of chemical is compatible with other group. So for example, if you observe this first one, this is inorganic acid. So that should be stored in isolated plus. Then second one is organic acid. So this dot and number is second. Likewise, if you observe the different groups, say for example, I'm giving you example 10th number, aromatic hydrocarbons. Now this aromatic hydrocarbon is dot with 1. What does it mean? So dot represents unsafe combination. It means that this 10th number group, that is aromatic hydrocarbon, is incompatible with the first group. So that first group is inorganic acid. Likewise, if you observe the 10th group with second group, so second is blank space. So this blank rectangle represent safe combinations. It means you can store this aromatic hydrocarbon chemicals with the second group, that is organic acids. And likewise, you can observe that this 10th group can be compatible with the third one. Then 10th group is compatible with the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, eighth one, ninth one. So these 10th group chemicals are compatible with all the above group, that is from 2 to 9, and which is not compatible or incompatible with the first one. Likewise, you can observe the chart which group of chemical is compatible with other groups or which is not compatible with the other one. Second example, for example, halogens. So halogen is not compatible with the sixth group, which is not compatible with the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. So these halogens are not compatible with these types of groups. It is also not compatible with the third group. It is also not compatible with the 19th group. And rest of the groups are compatible with this halogen one. So you can easily observe these types of groups, and you have to check whether the chemicals which is used in your industry is under which type of group, and then you have to check whether these chemicals are compatible with the other type of chemicals. So that is the simple chemical compatibility chart. Now some companies and some countries are also using different type of chemical compatibility charts. Say for example, this is one of the chemical compatibility chart specially designed for the dangerous goods and combustible liquid storage compatibility chart. So in this chart, the symbols are also used. So these symbols are from the UN classification. So these numbers indicate the UN classification like 2, then 3, 4, etc. So there are near about 9 classes and some subclasses are there in the UN, and some symbols with colors, background color, or some symbols like this skeleton or crossbones in the white color, then some flames, that flame may be in the black color, that may be in white color, etc. Sometimes UN classification symbol is represented as strips, or sometimes it is half triangle, etc. So in one of the video we have already discussed about this UN classification in detail. Now in this compatibility chart you have to observe only whether this flammable gas is compatible with the this type of glass, or whether all these types of classes or subsidiary risk may be there with the other types of chemicals. So here this green color indicates that these type of chemicals are compatible with the other types of chemicals, and likewise this red color indicates that organic peroxide substances should not store with other types of chemicals. which is clearly indicated by the red color. So only one rectangle is there, that is 5.2. So organic peroxide can be stored with the 5.2 classification chemicals, but other chemical groups should be isolated from this organic peroxide. So depending on the type of chemical, depending on the classification of chemical, depending on the characteristics of chemicals, we have to prepare or design these types of compatibility charts. So it is better to have the special compatibility chart of your industry, because which type of chemicals are used in your industry is known to you only. So you are the expert from this point of view, and that is why the responsibility of the safety officer and the expert of that particular industry, which is known a competent person from the chemical point of view. So these people should design this compatibility chart for your company. Then this is another example. So sometimes some industries and some countries are using the different ratings, like excellent rating indicated by A, good rating, minor effect B, then fair, moderate effect indicated by C, then severe effect indicated by D, and then information not available indicated by E. So sometimes some countries and some companies are using the compatibility chart with some rating, right? So for example, if this chemical acetaldehyde is, whether it is compatible with the LDP, that is low density polyethylene, so it is indicated by C. So what does C means? So that C means fair. So moderate effect may be there if acetaldehyde is stored with the LDP. If the A is there, it means indicated by the green color, it is excellent category. It means that this acetaldehyde can be stored with the PFFKM product, or it can be stored with the silicon, or it can be stored with the PTFE or 304SS or 316SS, etc. And when acetaldehyde is compared with the Viton, then it is clearly indicated by D, that is poor. So acetaldehyde is incompatible with the Viton product. And sometimes it also happens that the compatibility is not clear, and that is why it is indicated by the capital E, or not available information, or information not available, like that. So whatever the compatibility chart is, whatever the chemicals which are used in your company, that should be studied first. The characteristics of that chemicals, the MSDS of that chemical should be studied first, and then we have to design this compatibility chart. Nowadays, we also have the different companies' websites and their softwares or simulation software, from which we can also check the compatibility of one chemical with the other one. So this is one of the company website. I'm going to click that website or URL address. If you click this website or URL address, then you can find that the comparative or comparison of these chemicals or the compatibility check can be verified online only. So this is the chemical compatibility database. So you can check this. Suppose for example, this is acetic acid, and now this acetic acid, whether it is compatible with other product or not. So we can check the different product like PVC, suppose. Check this one, view compatibility. Now here it is clearly mentioned that this acetic acid is not compatible with the PVC, polyvinyl chloride. So this PVC is reacted with the acetic acid, and that is why it is clearly mentioned by the capital D, that is poor, means it is incompatible or may have the severe effect. So On the website itself, on the same page, it is clearly mentioned that this D means severe effect, not recommended for any use. So likewise, you can check the compatibility of the different chemicals online also. So you can use the database of that company also. So I hope you understand what exactly the compatibility means, and I hope from the concept itself and with reference to the different standard charts and the database, you can design the compatibility chart of your company. Thank you.